What is going on, Wolfpack Savage here? Today's video will be spectating and commentating on some random trios gameplay. We're going to be having a little bit of fun with this video, so if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button. Let's get to 1,500 likes, boys. Come on, step up. Also subscribe to the channel today, but without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay. Luckily for this guy here, I tore my bicep, so I can't physically kill him in the gulag. I can try with my left hand, actually. Let's see if we can do this. Also, use sneak energy if you guys are looking to get cracked as fuck. Oh, use code SAVAGE. All right. Oh shit, this is gonna be fun, boys. Left-handed only. Scout's honor. All right, where you at? Come here. Look at this, bro. I'm camping. What are you camping for? I physically can't move. What's your excuse? I see your laser. I see your laser, fam. This motherfucker here. Bro, if I kill this dude. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are now spectating our first team of the match. We are watching Vernon slow climb a ladder. Now, this is a strategy I've never seen before, but this man has been around a time or two. He is no. Oh, look at the accuracy from this legend. Go execute him, brother. I know you want to. I'm sitting here trolling him about slow climbing up the ladder, but it actually ended up working. He was able to beam that kid and then literally hit him with a random pistol shot to get the down. Now, I highly doubt this guy has self-res, but just to make it more of a miserable experience for the enemy, let's go ahead and get the execution. Now, we do have another enemy on us. We need to use this rock as cover. I love the fact that he should have broken away and kind of played that rock. You didn't have to kill him right then and there. You could have pelted him, moved a couple inches to the left, pelted him some more, baited him away from his cover, and then jumped out and tried to challenge him. I respect the effort for sure. He definitely was doing his best, but again, he should have played that rock a little bit longer, kind of just abuse that cover just for a few more seconds, force the enemy to push you because he will become impatient, and then you could have capitalized on that kill. But regardless, here we are now spectating Zelani, who is the last of that squad, as both of his, actually one of his teammates did win the gulag, never mind. And we're going for the scav now. Let's see if I can pull up the map and look at this shit. This is embarrassing. All right, so we're going for the scavenger, which I am a huge fan of. As you guys know, I do believe in objectives. I believe it gives everyone a purpose in the game. For all those down slow moments in the match when you have no idea what to do, objectives is always the answer. And especially for these guys here, they need their money. This will be a very hard one though. I mean, hangars, as you guys know, is gonna be fucking hot as hell. No matter whether you go at the beginning of the game or end of the game, there's always gonna be a fuck ton of people there. And as you can see, we have two more floaters coming in, probably for the same freaking objective. Unfortunately, we do have 3 scavs we can do, but his whole team won the ghoulie. Damn, I'm not even paying attention. I'm trying to multitask here. I haven't even been looted. Wow. Wow, really? First time for everything. All right, well, I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory now, guys. Whenever you come back from the gulag, if you're in a very unfortunate position, you have no teammates on the ground with loadouts, you have no loadouts, you're low on money, of course the answer is always to do a scavenger objective. Even if you have to float a little bit of distance, that's fine. You're better off wasting a few extra seconds floating off in the distance than you are just kind of landing wherever you land at and trying to slowly, like this, leading up to this, talking about slow looting. And there's really no reason for him to be paying too much attention to this shit. Grab a gun if you need it for sure, but head on off. I feel like I need to make a video on how to loot efficiently, because too many times we watch these players looting up and it just looks like they don't really know what to do. I mean, this box right here, it should take a fraction of a second to get everything you need and move off. Now, I don't know if that has to do with reaction time or, you know, finger speed or whatever the case is, but everyone needs to get a lot more efficient in looting. And I feel like this is probably the most basic of all tips I ever give, but it's the strongest one that we always have to touch on. And again, going back to the scav, I mean, this shit should be done by now. There's no reason for us to be doing all this small stuff. If you want to come back and loot it, that's fine. But again, you want to get your loadout. You are in hangars. You are between a lot of the hot spots. You're in one of the hottest areas on the map. Why are we going to sit here wasting our time with this useless shit when we can grab all the scavs, buy our loadout, and then if you want to open every box in the map, you can then do so. And I know someone in the comments right now is like, Savage, they just want to have some fun. I don't care what anyone believes. They're not having fun looting. There's no game that's actually been created to loot, like a looting simulator. It's not a thing. So make sure you guys are grabbing the objectives as fast as you can, get your shit, and then you can go off and do whatever you want. At least you'll have your loadout, so if a team pushes you while you're sitting there wasting all your time in the world looting boxes, at least you can have a weapon loadout to fight them. I'm gonna go ahead and assume, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and assume Zelani is in their map. They seem pretty competent. They don't seem like an absolute bot, so I'll give them that for sure. Marking a loadout, a buy station, I should say. Marking a buy station and a bounty on top of that. I love that shit. All right. Now this buy station should be relatively crazy hot. But I mean, just the fact that no one's even looted in this area, I don't think anyone's landed here. This is a weird lobby. I think everyone's abusing that tower still. I don't know. I mean, even with the implementation and map changes, it doesn't seem like this area is ever dead, at least for me. Let me know in the comment section if you guys ever having a match where the hangars is just untouched. But leading up to what I was going to say, this is usually a hot area, so you got to be very careful how you push police station. It was looted at some point. But again, I don't like the fact that we're running by it. We're not checking the windows and things like that. You guys know that campers live and breathe in this game. Y'all know damn well that's what they do. I wouldn't take not getting shot as a for sure sign that no one's in there or not. There may be some camping ass bitch in there literally waiting for you guys to be in their loadout and then just throw a C4 or sticky on all you guys and just ruin your day. Also, I'm glad they're here. I feel like we need to touch on this as well. It seems like every time I stream this game, there's always people in the comment section just mind blown that yes, police station does have a big box of ammo you guys can, you know, replenish a little bit of ammunition from. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of that. Too many times I'm watching other streamers, I'm watching viewer submitted games or spectating randoms, and people are like have 60 bullets in their gun and that's it. No extra magazines, and they're running right by that shit. So guys, you need ammo, make sure you stop by the police stations and grab some extra ammunition. And they're laid out throughout the other parts of the map as well, but that's just one of the main areas. Now here we are finally pushing a team. Now we do have another team to our right hand side as well. This is trios. We have 3 guys on Superstore, 3 guys to our right hand side as well. So what do you do in this position? I would be more worried on the guys to our right hand side than I would about guys in Superstore. You play the outside of this wall right here, protect your back end from Superstore, and start screwing with the team that's now rotating. I think Vernon's killing them all, but that's now rotating over here because they do have to come to us. This is a gatekeep position. As far as the enemy team right here, that's just, you know, they fall into that shit. If you guys ever find yourself being in a gatekept position where there's a team like this just not letting you cross in the open, it's your own fault. It's because you overstayed and you overplayed the edge of the circle for too long. There are rotation strategies to playing the edge of the circle, but sitting still in a building just ain't one of them, Chief. You got to move around, right? If you're moving around, you have less of a chance to get gate kept. All right, right now we need to go ahead and secure this res. I understand he's afraid to get shot at, but if we would have secured the res before, they wouldn't have had enough time to come to this side of the roof and we would be all right. But unfortunately for us, we hesitated, and that hesitation got us killed. So that just goes to being decisive. You know, he had the right idea when he looked up the roof. He was anticipating the enemy was going to jump off and shoot him. That's what happened. But he wouldn't have anticipated and taken those extra seconds to look. He could have got his teammate up, and they'd probably still be alive. But now we're off to another team, Reynolds and the squad, and they seem a little cracked out. My dude's got 10 kills already. Let's see how many the rest of the team has. 2 kills and 4 kills. All right, so this is gonna be a pretty competent squad, rocking the AMAX, and he's just absolutely fucking annihilating the competition right now. I love it. And guys, you know, I made a Discord community for everybody to go in and find players to play with, looking for groups pages for all types of modes, all types of servers, all regions, shit like that. One of the things I want to tell you guys is try to play with a player that's better than you, like way better than you, right? And what that does is it gets you out of your comfort zone. It teaches you a play style like you've never played before, and vice versa. For those of you that are really aggressive with like 20,000 kills, but you have less than 100 wins, you could probably learn something from the slower paced players, because even though you're aggressive and you're dropping hella kills and you're getting PRs, just looking at the win count says you're a little too aggressive. And if you're good with that, by all means be good with that. But if you want to up your win count, you can learn something from the passive players just by slowing it down. I feel like there's a perfect balance for the perfect player between being aggressive and being passive. If a player goes into a match with the mindset of one thing and one thing only, most of the time they will run themselves into their own grave. Either by, like the team we were talking about, gate kept, because they were playing the edge of the circle, camping in a building. They were playing too passive, it got them killed, and vice versa. You know, if we jump into a middle of a 1v3 because we're super aggro, it could get us killed as well. But again, let's go ahead and talk about rotation and where to go right now. We have the circle diving all the way down. It looks like it's actually going to hug the more, you know, port prison side. It may dive back to downtown, but I think this is going to be a resting place for sure. There's really no necessity for us to get anywhere at this time and place, but I would want to go ahead and get to Promenade East. A lot of people would look at this and want to go Hospital. Hospital is such a bad area because there is nothing but a wide open area surrounding it. So if you do go to Hospital and then you need to leave Hospital, it's going to be very difficult for you to do that if there's a competent squad, again, holding that position a gatekeep. But here we are falling into a one. What the fuck? Is there an enemy between us? Yeah, Reynolds is just confused as I am. No idea what the hell's going on. Piper was able to get it down. I don't know if it was the guy that was shooting us or not. No pings have gone out yet. Again, guys, pings are crucial. I want to know who you're shooting at. We got an enemy on our left-hand side. Unfortunately, Reynolds being a little too aggressive, jumping out, assuming it's a 1v1 when he should have known better. We approached this fight because we were going to be the third party in party. That meant there were 2 other teams. That meant a possibility of 6 players. The fact that Piper was a little overconfident in that element is the reason why he died. Now, as far as the teammate right here, I respect the teamwork. I do, I really do, but I don't like the fact that he was still holding that tree and holding the body. He had a huge ridge he should have dove back down on to get a little bit safer. Fortunately for the enemy, regardless, we kind of just played, again, super aggro, and we got shot from his teammate. Now, going to the squad that just shit down our throat, I want you guys to notice how they operated that fight. They were sitting there fighting the guy in the shit shack. They didn't push. They played very passive aggressive. They stayed behind the rocks, stayed behind the ridges, and then they were able to kill that team. And then as far as us, when it came to Reynolds and Piper, they kind of did the same thing. Held the ridge, held the tree, held the rock, and spread out a little bit. They didn't over push. They didn't push in the middle of our squad like Reynolds did. And unfortunately, they were the victors of the fight. So now here we are. Reynolds was really on a nice heater, 11 kills, like 60, 70 people left. But unfortunately, it came to an abrupt halt just because of rotations and where to go. Going back to what we were talking about, I was just about to say I wouldn't want to go to the hospital area because of everyone that's going to be gatekeeping. If you're not holding a good position, it's going to be hard for you to rotate out. Now, where I would go was Promenade East, mostly because you can get a lot safer fights. There's gonna be a lot of campers, yes, but there's a fuck ton of cover. So if you do need to rotate over to the port area, you can do so a little bit safer being on the bottom or the edge of the map than doing it just running out in the middle of the open over there by Hospital. Also, if they would have rotated Promenade East through train station, they probably would have avoided that fight. I didn't really want them to avoid the fight. I'm glad they got in it, but they definitely would probably still be alive right now. Bro, I can't get this fucking thing on. Y'all forgive me. Rough life. And unfortunately, in that, it was just a 2v1. All right, but now we're moving on. Unfortunately, you know, Reynolds seemed like he was on it, bro. He seemed like he was about to have a hell of a game, but he kind of, again, played too aggressive. And there is no perfect player. They're always going to either be one or the other, too aggressive or too passive. But you got to, again, form a little bit of a balance and kind of know what's going on. The fact that Reynolds was on the low ground of that hill and he tried pushing was just, especially without his team. He should have waited for his squad to be there to help push that fight. Or even just held that fight. I probably wouldn't have pushed in it anyway. But now we're spectating Kurutalu, and I butchered that name, and let's see what he's about to go do. I think he's just going to drive to the circle. Pretty ballsy because it's very easy to get shot off of this. Also, I kind of want to go ahead and grab a supply run to get my teammate back. He does not have a ghoulie, and supply runs are a free teammate buy. We're passing so many buy stations right now. I said so many. We're passing one. And now two. We're passing two buy stations that could have possibly potentially been marked to get our damn teammate back. And unfortunately, because we're taking a vehicle around downtown, people will know where we're at, whether they shoot us off the vehicle or not. The moment we hop off, they're going to kill us. And look at that. Shingle Decker going ahead and capitalize on the fact that he's following the vehicle around on the map. Remember, guys, if you're driving in a vehicle, you show up on the mini map. So don't jump out of the vehicle out in the open in the middle of the highway, right? Jump out near some cover, near a building, go inside, do something of that sort. Not really sure what his plan was originally anyway. Oh shit, we have a vehicle coming right down to us possibly. I thought we'd maybe get a splat or something. All right, so we have Shingle Decker Rocket 7 kills. Moving on to the next player. Let's see if this is a little bit more of a balanced team. All right, like I said before, it's going to be more of a port ending than anything. And again, that's probably where I would have made my way. I would have bounced through Promenade East, not playing the edge. I would have come through by Park downtown and then hopped over here as well. This probably would be one of my spots. Maybe not here per se. I'm not a huge fan of this area. There's not really much to work with. I would be playing this building. I like to play the bigger buildings if I'm ever holding a position. That way, if I do get pushed by a team or two, I'm not trapped in a little shed or behind a wall or a couple little small buildings. I have an entire building to work and make my bitch. That way I have a better chance of hiding from the enemy, out rotating the enemy, getting picks and little cubbies on the enemy, things like that. If you guys do want to camp, make sure you guys are at least, and I hate saying that shit, but if you guys do want to sit still, make sure you're holding a spot like this. This would be a great building to hold. We got a rooftop. We got multiple levels of a rooftop. We've got enemies to the northeast 45 as well. And look how we're able to just rotate on this entire building and keeping ourselves safe. Hopefully we don't jump down. We need to stop playing as aggressive. These guys definitely won't be playing aggro, so there's no reason to. Glass breaking in front of us. I believe there was a little bit to our left-hand side as well. We are jumping down, assuming it's a solo. Hopefully it is. I don't like the fact that we're pushing into a building, not knowing though. But regardless, there was only one guy there, so it doesn't really matter. But again, I mean, look what Stepanova did. Stepanov just jumped right into that shit and gave no fucks. He's like, I'm going in for a 1v1 challenge. When you bust in through a door like that, you run a huge risk of getting shit on by the enemy, whether there's one, whether there's two, whether there's three, doesn't matter. Even if you're the most confident player ever, make sure you're rotating. There were 30,000 windows in that building, 15 fucking doorways, and we went through the most obvious door there was. So of course the enemy already was holding that angle. And yes, even though we were able to buy him back, that's money we could have used for something else. So good shit to Stepanov, literally just kind of screwing us over in that one. And yes, I'm being a little harsh on Stepanov. I get it. Calm down, Savage. He's trying. I know. But look, dude, look, bro, at some point you got to stop just dying because your teammates can buy you back. We see that shit happen way too much. People get overconfident, over cocky. They're like, you can buy me back, bro. They end up dying, and then something happens. The world shifts when they die, and then the rest of the team ends up getting pushed, and they could have used his help this whole time. All right, so this is what not to do right here. Why are we laying prone? His mom might be making him some ravioli. All right, so right now we got a gatekeep, but we're not really in a good gatekeeping spot. As far as gatekeeping, of course, the bigger buildings where I would go would be this one right here. You can gatekeep whoever's rotating in from the north, which you're gonna have some people fucking with this building most likely, and then we know there's a couple teams over here as well. So this is where I'd want to be. The fact that we're sitting on this building and not this one is kind of a mistake, because we're allowing another enemy team or multiple enemy teams to push closer to us without us being able to see them, meaning they have a fuck ton of cover. We have no idea what the hell is going on around here. If I'm going to be posted up for any point in time, I'm going to want to know damn sure where the fuck everyone's at around me. Here we are, ego challenging with an FFAR. Not a good decision at all. Stepanov goes down. Now also, trick, if you guys are camping a rooftop like this or holding it, whatever, if you get knocked from a sniper and you're not gonna move, don't pop your plates. Don't pop them, because if you're gonna keep getting knocked and knocked and knocked by ego challenging, why waste your plates? So I would definitely sit on those and save those. Now a lot of people are like, Savage, you're fucking crazy, but no, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be sitting on a rooftop for an extended period of time. Just don't pop your plates if no one can push you. If you're in a long range sniper fight, I hate seeing that shit. I watch it too much. Stop. We learned that shit back in PUBG fucking 3 years ago. Everyone relax. All right, here we are now, heartbeat censoring everybody. Now this may actually work out. They're stunning, which leads me to believe they're going to be pushing. I wouldn't want to have my heartbeat out right now. I'd be relying on the audio and having my gun ADS, or at least ready to ADS. So if they do push, we won't have to transition. They know we're up here. We know they're up down there. I'm guessing. Oh, yep, there's one pushing. Unfortunately, no one else is helping us fight this. There we go. Finally, with both picks. Now, these were not instants. They may be a self-res, but I definitely keep a teammate watching the staircase. Don't let them get that self-res off, because the third player may come fuck with us. Shots coming from the right hand or west hand side of the map. Guy below us on mini map as well. Now, there's not much they can really do right here. Like, yes, they could jump down, but I'm kind of with them. Why leave the high ground? We're already here. We might as well hold it. Not to mention, again, I do believe there's more enemies to our west-hand side, and there is. There he is popping up on the building right there. We have one target, maybe more, but I only see one right now. But looking at the circle, we're really in a good spot, so I don't want to leave right now. Not that I'm a huge fan of camping, but if you jump off, you're just gonna end up dying. And again, here we are in a position where we had two teammates up, and for some ungodly reason, our fucking teammate Tancinco jumps down through the floor to ego challenge a whole squad and gets absolutely destroyed, leaving us by ourselves. Again, dude, guys, look, teamwork. If you're not gonna play as a squad, play solos. I mean, honestly, and I get it if you get a little over eager sometimes and you die and you put your squad in bad positions a few times. That's fine. We all do that. But if you're making a habit of this shit, this is just no. All right, but now we're moving on to On. Let's see what the squad's rocking right now. On rocking 7 kills. Again, we're kind of ego challenging. This is a very weird build. I don't like this gun at all. And again, we find another situation where one of our teammates jumps down to the building and gets absolutely destroyed by Dekel. What is with these squads and literally just jumping in by themselves? I mean, it is a big deal. There's no money. Thought they'd have enough money from all those kills, but no, they don't. It's what he gets, honestly. Again, guys, look, team-based game. I get it. You want to win your 1v1s. I understand that. But when you're in a camping area and there's somebody holding doorways and sitting behind boxes, even if they're camping, they have the drop on you. You could be the most cracked out, sweaty movement player there is in the world. You're going to die to a camper every now and then. So why would you throw the game so far into it just to ego challenge somebody camping some boxes? Now, the team that's got this area is going to be solid. I do not like the idea that we're pushing a long way around because we're going to have to run out in the open with less cover a lot longer. All right, they're coming back this way. You want to go ahead and close the gap with as much cover as you have. That means from here to here to here, or maybe this way if you're really feeling wild with it. I'd probably go this way because of the trees and the ridges. Yeah, that'd probably be your best bet. Now we need to get out of this shit. I don't know what we're doing right now. We're sitting here. It's a little bit of zoom, but it's not as much as you're hoping it is. Not to mention we need to be helping our teammate push, and here they are finally pushing across. But again, when you push areas and compounds, you want to push with the the path of least resistance. Unfortunately, our teammate goes down because we're over here aiming at everything in the world, and we just got put into a 1v4, 1v6. We got shot from the left-hand side as well. But now it is a 3v3 fight. It is a fair fight. We have a team, I believe, behind the Bertha over here, and the team sitting in the building. Now, the team that's over here, they're going to have the spot, I believe. I'm not sure exactly where they're at, to be honest. Oh, yeah, they have the spot. They got the ridge. Oh, yeah. So basically, they're going to be holding the ridge, which means they're going to have to leave this last, right? They're going to have to leave their cover last. These guys will get pushed out way before these guys have to. And then they're going to have a lot of open area around here. And I don't know, man. Just depends on how they play this shit. They do have a vehicle they could take and utilize. Sniper on the right-hand side. We don't even see the glint. We're going to ADS on, but for some reason, we're not getting shot. There it is. Final blow delivered to our head. Again, you got to pay attention to shit like that. Stop looking for where you think the enemy is and start keeping your eyes open. You have an entire monitor / TV to look at. Why would you guys just look in one direction? The glint was basically a given. We need to use our sniper rifle right now and help our teammate out. If you're rocking a sniper, you got to take some shots. That dude was out in the open. I would have literally stopped what I was doing to try to get the shots off. Now we are in a 2v3 situation, running out in the open, trying to separate ourselves with the enemy using the rock, but unfortunately it doesn't work because of the angle both enemies had. The enemies had a great angle on us. We're able to get the kill, and now here we have Cal with a decent spot. He could possibly clutch this. He has a Bertha he could utilize. I definitely would try to get a pick and then utilize the Bertha. If we get the pick, or if we utilize the Bertha, we can drive to the next zone and hold that shit. Here we go, getting in the Bertha, hopefully driving to the next zone. Now, if we can use the Bertha to separate ourselves with this cover, basically park it next to the other one and use it as cover, dude, we could blow this team away instantly. But instead of actually taking advantage of the enemy running out in the open, we go inside the building and hide. No, I don't care if you have no plates. I don't care if you have a dick sliver of health. We need it. No, bro, the enemies were dead to rights. They had nothing but an open street, and we forced ourselves in a corner with a long-range, mid-range weapon to win a close-range fight. We might actually win this, but unfortunately, we popped the reload a little too early, and Norwood comes through the window and blows us away. Look, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know much to say. That was very interesting game. He threw the end of that game. The fact that we had the Bertha again, we could have parked that, used it as cover, and blew away those two enemies in a solo duo because they had no cover. They had to go across an open street to get to us. Even if you didn't feel comfortable using the Berthas, we had walls, we had fences, we had elevation, we had so many things we could have done, and he literally chose the worst decision that there was. But again, the reason why I make these videos is to show you the common mistakes that your average player makes. I know not everybody watching these videos makes these mistakes, but you guys got to understand, we spectate the shit on a day in and day out basis. This is the common, this is the norm. Not every player is bad at the game, but the vast majority of players are still making the same mistakes that are preventing them from securing that dub, getting a PR, or just having the best time that they potentially can. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Again, let's get this video to 1,500 likes. It's very easy. Smash that thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now as well. But until next time, you have a good one and good luck in Warzone.